You are getting it all wrong. Have you heard this before? Has anyone said this to you? Perhaps people told you this. You are getting it all wrong. Have you asked yourself, why do people say this to you? Let's understand. Because if they say, at least one person says to you often, perhaps many often say this to you, you are getting it all wrong. There's a chance that they are right. And you have to agree with me. And why do you have this tendency of getting things wrong in a negative way? Why? Let's go. If your life was a movie, you are the only good guy, and everyone else are bad guys, and they are conspiring to destroy you. Why is the movie about your life like this? Let's understand why you get all things wrong, or you take things to the negative side. Dealing with people like that, we verify that in their case, at some point of their lives, indeed, someone made a serious mistake. At some point, someone was a villain to them, and they held a grudge, a resentment, hard feelings. They got hurt, they felt that they've suffered injustices, and they couldn't deal with that fact in a good way. So what did they do? They held this grudge, and from that moment on, everybody became villains. Not only the one who wronged them, but everybody became a villain, even God. Because usually, someone who gets all things wrong, human beings are already wrong. Now imagine God, who they consider to be perfect. So many who live like this blame God for their suffering, and they say, "Why, Lord, are you allowing this to happen? Why, Lord, haven't you helped me? Why is this? Why is that?" They are always the victim or the good person in their own stories. Then they live like this, always taking things to the negative side. They are a well of feelings, of anger. And what happens is, in reality, they are angry at people, but usually this anger is unfair because they are angry at people who they have never met. They judge people just because of a look or a word, because what is wrong is within them. It's the story of the dirty window that led the person to see the neighbor's clothes outside always dirty, and they will say, "Look what a filthy woman, always hanging her clothes dirty," until someone came to her window, washed it, and told her, "Try to see it again." And when she looked again, the clothes were washed, because the dirt was in her house. Likewise are those who get all things wrong, always on the negative side, because their heart is dirty. Their heart. Pay attention. Don't be angry at me before you flicking channels or you leaving this video and you thinking that I am persecuting you. Before you thinking that, listen just a little bit more. I'm not here to hurt you, but I'm here to remove this thorn, this nail that is inflicting pain to your flesh. I'm here to remove this thorn from you. So pay attention. When we are talking about people who are hurt and get all things wrong, soon we think about Cain. Cain was like that. You know the story of Abel and Cain. Cain presented a lousy offering and it was not accepted by God. Then God told Cain, listen, if you do well with your offering next time, you will be accepted. You just need to do better next time. Resist this temptation to do things anyhow, because sin is at the door, but it's up to you to dominate it. God gave him a tip, an opportunity to make it right when he did something wrong. Try it again and do better. But Cain got it all wrong. He understood his brother Abel in the wrong way. He might have thought, who does my brother think he is? I'm the eldest. I'm the firstborn. And my younger brother thinks that he's someone and he wants to do better than I? No, I won't let things go this way. He got it all wrong. He thought that his brother Abel was trying to put him behind, was trying to take him out of God's side. But Abel was just trying to do his best for God. He was worried about doing his best to God. He was not trying to compete with his brother. But that's how Cain saw. He got angry at Abel and he killed his brother for a silly reason. He killed his brother for envy, just because the brother had done something that pleased God. Foolishness, madness. There was no reason, plausible reason for him to do that. But taken by this wrath, and this same anger is within people who get all things wrong. It's an anger that leads them to put on a long face, to not be in good terms with their family. They say, I don't talk to you. It's so hard because it seems like they have a blacklist, that they add names and they say, so and so, I don't talk to you anymore. I excluded them from my social media. And then soon after, they block someone else. And then they say something again, they block the person again. It's so hard to manage this blacklist of people who wrong them, at least in their head. And they think, I will not give space to this person in my life. And the blacklist is always increasing until they isolate themselves. Maybe you are this person who isolates yourself. You're always alone. You can only attract to your life people like you. People who are also bitter, who are also vomiting complaints, always criticizing God and the world. You can only attract people like this, just like you. But you cannot keep a friendship or relationship for a long time, because you are this kind of person who is like a hedgehog, who is always hurting people with your spines and quills. It's hard to be close to a hedgehog. So Cain got his brother wrong. He understood God wrong. He didn't hear God's advice. God said, I have nothing against you. It's nothing personal. But your offering, let's agree on this, it was like rubbish. And I believe you can do better. He got it all wrong. God gave him another chance. And what did he do? He killed his brother and turned his back on God. He ignored what God said. He was angry at God. And the consequence was to receive a mark. He was marked. He became a fugitive. The Bible uses the word a vagabond, wandering through life, who unfortunately are like those who destroy their lives after becoming so bitter in getting it all wrong. What is the solution? Only God can make us understand things in a different way. Because when you start to look at the world through the eyes of God, you start to understand everything and everyone, even your enemies. You understand those who hurt you, the one who stumbled, the evil person, the one who is in prison. You understand the corrupted business person, politician. You understand your father who abandoned you, your mother who was harsh at you, your partner who betrayed you. You even understand yourself because you also make mistakes. You start to understand that you are not a good person as much as you thought you were. When you start looking at everything and everyone through God's lenses. And when things are clearer, you stop being a victim. You stop being so hurt for everything that was done against you. How can you see everyone and everything through God's eyes? You need to understand your condition, a bitter one. You need to desire to change. You need to say, my God, I don't want to be someone who always gets things wrong. I don't want to be this person anymore. Help me to see the world, to see myself and you through your eyes. Give me your eyes. Help me to see through your eyes. If you sincerely desire this and seek this, certainly your heart will be healed from this bitterness, and naturally this healing will flow to every relationship in your life. You will become someone lighter to deal with, will be a different life. Try it. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.